GCSE 921 Maths, how to solve a quadratic simultaneous equation, with a line and a circle, in roughly, 5 to 6 to 7 minutes. Let's go. So as to solve the simultaneous equations, x squared plus y squared equals 16, and 2x plus y equals 8. So step one here, I'm just going to label it here as equation 1 and equation 2. I'm going to rearrange equation 2, guys, to make it in the form y equals or x equals. Okay, I'm going to go for y here because it's a bit easier. So I'm going to subtract 2x on both sides. So we have y is equal to 8 minus 2x or minus 2x plus 8. So subtracting 2x on both sides, I get that. I'm now going to replace y with 8 minus 2x in the first equation. So I'm going to substitute that in. We're going to have x squared, guys, plus, and in brackets, we're going to have 8 minus 2x all squared. And I'm going to bring that 16 over to the left-hand side here to make the quadratic equal to 0. So I'm going to have minus 16 equal to 0, okay, because a quadratic equation can only be solved when it's in the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, okay. I'm now going to expand here this double bracket, so we're going to have x squared plus, okay, so we're going to have 8 minus 2x times by 8 minus 2x, okay, so taking our time with this, guys, okay, in the exam. So so is he expanding that out? Then obviously close brackets and then subtract 16 equal to 0. So expanding here, the brackets, guys, so I might actually jump like a step here, but obviously check if you're unsure. So we're going to have x squared plus 8 times 8 makes 64. 8 8 so 64. Then I've got 8 times minus 2x, that makes minus 16x. We've got minus 2x times 8, also makes minus 16x. So minus 16x minus 16x makes minus 32x, guys. Again, check it if you're unsure. Okay, pause it if you're unsure. Then minus 2x times minus 2x makes plus 4x squared. Okay, minus 2 times minus 2 makes plus 4 or positive 4. And then x times x makes x squared, guys. Okay, minus 16 is equal to 0. I'm now going to collect my like terms, guys. I've got 1x squared plus 4x squared, so I've got 5x squared in total. I've got minus 32x. Okay, I've got 64 minus 16. That'll be plus 48. Again, obviously check that if you're unsure. Equal to 0. I'm now going to try and attempt here to factorize it if I can. So I'm going to do it by trial and error. So we're going to have trial and error, sorry. So 5x minus something, then x times something. Sorry, x minus something. Okay. The key here to remember, guys, obviously is one term is being multiplied here by x, while the other term is being multiplied by 5x. So bear that in mind when you factorize, okay? So 48, factors of 48, guys, are going to be 1 and 48, okay? 2 and 24, okay? 3 and 16, 4 and 12, okay? And then 6 and 8, okay? So they are the factors of 48, okay? Numbers that multiply to make 48 cleanly with no remainder, okay? So let's go for, the last pair, 6 and 8. So if I put, okay, that is actually going to work. It's just, so I'm going to go for 4 and 12 instead. So if I put 4 here, and then 12 here, get minus 20x, minus 12x makes minus 32x, and then minus 12 times minus 4 makes plus 48. Again, okay, about trial and error. Okay, so obviously check that if you're unsure. I went for this combination here instead. Okay, so we have 5x times x makes 5x squared. 5x times minus 4 is minus 20x. Minus 12 times x minus 12x. Then minus 4 times minus 12 is plus 48. Collect my like terms for x's. I've got minus 20x, subtract 12x, and I get minus 32x. Okay, again, like, I haven't done that here with the AC method. Okay, but I've done it here by trial and error. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so last step now, yeah, obviously, yeah, so set each bracket equal to 0. So x equals 12/5 for our first bracket. Okay, so set that equal to 0 and solve it, or x equals 4 for the second bracket. And now we're going to work out our corresponding y values. Okay, so let's do x equals 4 first here for easiness. So when x equals 4, guys, sorry, yeah, it should be a 4 here, not just to make it clear, it's not part of the question. When x equals 4, okay, 2 times 4 is 8. So what makes 8 or y has to be 0 then. Next one, 12/5 times 2, that'll be 24/5. Plus y is equal to 8. Now, 8 can be rewritten as 40/5. Okay, 40 over 5. 40 divided by 5 makes 8. I'm going to subtract 24/5 on both sides. Okay, for the second equation, get that y is equal to 16/5. So our two solutions here, if it's coordinates, is 12/5 and 16/5, and 4 and 0. Okay, so these are the coordinates where the line intersects the circle. Yeah, for that. Okay, so yeah, okay, so it intersects. Yeah, each other at the point 12/5, 16/5, and also 4, 0. Okay, so that's how we solve a grade 9, a 5 to 6 marker on quadratic simultaneous equations, okay, that involve a circle and a straight line. Okay, you always rearrange the linear equation, so the power of x, which is 1, or the power of y, which is 1, and then sub that into the circle equation, or the quadratic equation, okay, and then form your quadratic, okay, in one variable, okay, by factorizing, completing the square or the quadratic formula, okay. And then obviously once you have your solutions for one variable, sub it into the variable, yeah, for the other solution. But yeah, that is quite a meaty, yeah, quite a chunky 6 to 7, maybe even maximum, yeah, 8 marks for grade 9 GCSE higher tier EdXL students, okay, OCR students, and also AQA. Okay, so quite a nice question in my eyes, okay, compared to those, yeah, nasty, yeah, like worded problems here that you see in the exams. I think it's quite a nice question. Okay, but that's obviously my opinion. Obviously, lots of algebraic steps. Obviously, check any bits if you're unsure. Hopefully, that made sense. Okay, thank you for watching. Good luck with the final few hours of revision. Thank you.